Welcome to the 2020 convention of the American Council of the Blind.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the ACB 59th Annual Conference and Convention. How exciting is this for us this evening? First, I want to thank everybody for their patience. We apologize for the short technical difficulties, but you know how we are. It's a hard time for us to be done with our opening session before 11 o'clock anyway, and I think we can still get you out before 11 o'clock. So thank you for your patience. Thanks for being here this evening. And I would like to now call the 59th Annual ACB Conference and Convention to order. Welcome, everybody. And now I would like to present from Rochester, New York, the Buffalo Soldiers with a presentation of our colors, followed by the pledge and the Star-Spangled Banner. For some of you last year, you will recognize this because it's video from last year's convention, but we think is very poignant to the times. And we'd now like to present the Buffalo Soldiers from Rochester, New York.
Next, we will have the presentation of colors. Will you please rise? It's my pleasure to introduce to you and to tell you a little bit about them. The Buffalo Soldiers, VFW Post 9251 with Commander Bing C. Reeves, Sr., Rochester, New York. The Buffalo Soldiers were originally members of the 10th Cavalry Regiment of the United States Army, formed in September of 1866. This nickname was given to them as a black cavalry by Native American tribes who fought in the Indian Wars. I present to you the Buffalo Soldiers, and to describe them and their costumes, or their uniforms, I should say, more correctly, will be Jo Lynn Bailey Page.
Thanks, Kim. 5 soldiers with the United States flag and the flag of New York proceed up the right aisle. Their uniforms are the dark blue cavalry regiment uniforms, Union soldiers, trimmed in gold with yellow flared gloves. The soldiers are turning to march in front of the stage. Each soldier wears a yellow kerchief tied at the front and knee-high boots, black leather boots, white suspenders.
Ready? Post.
Flags are placed in the posts.
Colors.
Please remain standing.
Present. Boom. Please follow me on a pledge to the greatest country in the United States. United States of America. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Present. Boom.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
They are saluted. Arms are lowered. Please remain standing as the color guard exits the room.
Thank you to the Buffalo Soldiers. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you so much to the Buffalo Soldiers from Rochester, New York. And I want to give a special thank you to Jason Castanguay for his wonderful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. In addition, I want to thank Jolynn Bailey Page for her wonderful narration of audio description for the presentation of our colors. Now I would like to introduce Reverend Michael Garrett from Missouri City, Texas, former board member and current chair of the ACB ES Enterprise Services, for our invocation. Michael?
Thank you, Dan. Greetings, ACB family and friends. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Eternal God, we humble ourselves before you because we acknowledge your greatness and your goodness. We humble ourselves before you because you've been good to us. As we look back over 59 years of service to the blindness community, we thank you for all of the ups and the downs, the good things and the hard things that we've accomplished, all of the advocacy, all of the service, and all of the peoples whose lives we've touched. We thank you. And though we're not able to meet in person this year, we thank you for the leadership of this organization, the staff, the volunteers, who have endeavored to put on a virtual conference so that the information that we can glean will continue to help our lives. We've come together with a single-minded purpose, and that is to help improve the lives of people who are blind or visually impaired throughout this country, and yes, even throughout the world. So as we gather together this week in our virtual meetings, we'll share more information. We'll renew old acquaintances via Zoom, and we'll even meet some new people. But we ask that you would let your presence stay among us, strengthen us, guide us, keep us, that we will continue to serve this community and this nation. We ask for your blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Michael. Next, we will hear a wonderful welcome for this year's convention from Janet Dickelman, our convention chair from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Janet.
Hey, all the audio now unmuted.
Good evening, everyone. Wow, all I can say is this is amazing. In March, we began discussing the need to hold our convention virtually rather than in person. We had much of our infrastructure set up for an in-person convention, but thanks to each and every one of you who are listening right now, we were able to make the transition from in-person to virtual convention in just under 4 months. I have to say that again, 4 months we did it. Our 2020 convention theme is ACB, A Path to the Future. And that is truly what we are on. I'm thrilled to welcome longtime convention attendees and even more excited to welcome those of you who are joining us for the first time. Hello to all of you, and please spend the rest of the week with us walking down the path to the ACB Path to the Future. Thank you, Dan, and I'll do all my thank yous for everyone on my convention report on Wednesday.
Thank you, Janet. And I have to just take one moment to say, Janet Dickelman is an angel. She has worked so hard for these last 3 months and even way beyond that to put together with her convention committee this wonderful experience that we're going to have this week. So thank you, Janet. Thank you to your committee. And thanks to all those other countless volunteers, our ACB radio team, our ACB staff, and the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers who have made this convention a reality. Thank you so, so much. And now it's time for us to have our ACB annual address. Most years, you would hear only from your ACB president. But this year, I think it's really important that we kind of transition to a new phase in our organization, and that we recognize that the work of ACB is done not only by its wonderful membership and its countless volunteers and its wonderful committee chairs, but also by the work of its staff, led by ACB Executive Director Eric Bridges. So this year, I welcome the opportunity to share the spotlight with our Executive Director, Eric Bridges, for our, what I will call our State of ACB. I'll speak first for a little while, then I'll turn it over to Eric, and then he'll turn it back over to me for some final thoughts. So what does ACB mean for us right now in the year 2020? It really harkens me back to our mission statement when we were founded 59 years ago. ACB, the American Council of the Blind, strives to increase the independence, security, equality of opportunity, and quality of life for all blind and visually impaired people. This was true 59 years ago, and it's even more true today. We are living the spirit of our founding fathers of ACB. We'll have an opportunity to recognize a couple of them this evening as ACB angels. But I could not be prouder of what this organization has accomplished over the last year. And I want to give special thanks to Kim Charlson and the previous administration and all the hard work that was put in place to lay the foundations that we are building on towards our path to the future. At the fall board meeting this year, for the first time, we embraced a new philosophy inside of ACB of putting together a set of steering committees. These steering committees focused on our 9 key programs and services for our organization. Just to refresh your memory, these are the services that we strive to work every day in order to make lives better for blind and visually impaired people. These are our annual convention, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute, our advocacy program, our member services, where we relate to our members and our affiliates, our information referral and peer support program, led by Claire Stanley, where we're reaching out and developing peer support opportunities across our organization, to our scholarship and awards committees that have done just such an outstanding job of identifying young, deserving students, of honoring future leaders and first-timers, and recognizing those who have given so much to our organization. It's the Audio Description Project, one of the cornerstones of the American Council of the Blind, where we are known as the center of excellence when it comes to audio description. And our acb.org/ADP website is not only nationally known, it's world renowned. And our Public Awareness Committee, where we're organizing 21 different communication channels that allow us to reach out to our members and also reach out to target markets outside of our organization. We'll talk more about public awareness as the evening goes along. We'll also have two support programs, two support committees that support the key 7 service programs of ACB. And those are our management and administration program that's so ably led by our Chief Financial Officer, Nancy Marks Becker. And that's the team that works on our accounting, on our HR, and our back office administration, and our IT infrastructure. But they also wear the hat of managing our thrift stores. And there they work on a daily basis with our ACB ES Thrift Store Board to manage the day-to-day running of our thrift stores, which are such an important fundraising opportunity inside of our organization. And last but not least, we have our fundraising and development program, now headed by our new development director, Tony Stevens. And there we are reaching out, developing relationships, seeking grants, developing individual donor relationships. These are our 9 key programs inside of American Council of the Blind. And I'm going to speak a little bit about the first program tonight before I turn it over to Eric. And that's our annual convention, our convention committee. We had a unique opportunity this year, one that we may never deal with again. I will think of 2020 as maybe the most influential year in the first half of the 21st century. Here we are in 2020 dealing with a pandemic that came upon us very quickly. Back in the February and March timeframe, your leaders began a conversation thinking about, is there a possibility, even an outside chance, that maybe we not be able to have a physical convention this year in Schaumburg, Illinois, which is, by the way, a wonderful venue. And at after our fall board meeting and after our leadership meeting in DC, we started to realize that this could be a real possibility. We scheduled an emergency meeting of our ACB board of directors, and we busily went to work thinking of what could our alternatives be if we could not have a physical convention in Schaumburg. Within 3 weeks, life moved so fast, there was a national emergency declared by our president. In the middle of March, there was a state emergency declared by the governor of Illinois. Still, our Renaissance hotel contract was not open for discussion. When we reached out to the hotel, they were not ready to have a conversation with us about canceling the contract. But our board got together on March 30th, and unanimously, they voted to always take the health and safety of our membership first. And so, after a very lengthy discussion, we voted unanimously to cancel our physical convention in Schaumburg, Illinois. So now what do we do? The initiative of the American Council of the Blind shone through. Our 5 core values of integrity and honesty, respect, collaboration, flexibility, and initiative. Yes, initiative. We immediately determined that we were going to have a 59th annual ACB conference and convention. And we were going to make it the best convention that we could possibly pull together. Our team went to work. At that point in time, we had 1 Zoom account, which allowed 100 participants. We had never heard, or not heard of, we had heard of it, but we had never used webinar. We had an ACB radio steering committee that had pulled together a new beginning for ACB radio under the direction of our ACB managing director, Debbie Hazelton, our technical director, Jason Castanguay, our steering committee manager, Jeff Bishop, and a cast of steering committee volunteers led by Rick Morin, Deb Cook-Lewis, Carla Rushabel, and Katie Frederick, with staff support from Eric Bridges and officer support from myself. And we envisioned a future where we could have a virtual convention. We renamed the convention. Janet had a contest. We went to work. We planned and we organized and we reached out to our volunteers, to our committee chairs, to our special interest affiliates. And we challenged everybody to see what's possible. How do we take this challenge and how do we turn it into an opportunity for the future? I'm here to report to you tonight that we have the virtual convention that the rest of the blind and visually impaired community is waiting to have. We were the leaders. We were the chief influencers. We were the organization that put our toe in the water. And we not only put our toe in the water, we jumped into the deep end. And here we are today, a virtual convention with over 1,500 registrants, with 250 hours of live content, with 108 breakout sessions on 5 ACB radio channels, with an audio described tour channel, with 8 hours of exciting exhibits, with over 35 vendors participating, with general sessions every morning and primetime shows every evening that are live on video, streamed to Facebook and YouTube. Congratulations, ACB. You've done it. You should be so proud. I know I'm proud to be the president of this organization. You saw the challenge and you met the challenge. And we are going to have a great ACB convention, a path to the future. And now I'd like to turn it over to Eric Bridges to talk a little bit about 4 of our other outstanding programs inside of ACB and the contributions of the staff in those areas related to advocacy, membership services with our member and affiliates, information referral and peer support and public awareness. Eric, love to hear from you. Welcome, sir.
Well, thank you, Dan. This is amazing being here this evening with all of you. I have gone through, much like everybody else that is listening and watching, a really interesting last 4-month period of time. Watched my son Tyler lose his first 2 teeth and my 6-month-old son Noah get his first 2 teeth. Tyler learned how to ride a bike, all within the last 4 months. So a lot has happened in our family, but a ton has taken place within the organization, and couldn't help but mention the 2 core values: collaboration and flexibility. With regard to the team that I am very honored to work with day to day, we have always shown initiative. And I believe that in order for folks to come and work here and to stay here, they have to exhibit integrity and honesty, as well as be respectful of one another. The flexibility and collaboration has been put to its test over the last 4 months, and we have come out the other side, and we're doing well. COVID-19 presented a significant challenge to the organization and to its members, quite naturally. What we were able to do was utilize the technologies that we've acquired over the last several years to their fullest. So whether it was Zoom, Office 365, Ring Central, our laptops, as well as iPads, iPhones, our staff was able to work remotely without most individuals calling here or emailing here, even knowing that we weren't in the office, because it was seamless. And so I'm proud, not surprised, but proud of the folks that work on my team, both here and in Minneapolis, as well as the contractors. There are several contractors that work with us as well. It's been fantastic. So COVID-19 offered us an opportunity, a whole host of opportunities. think of them as opportunities and not challenges. The first is, how are we going to engage with the membership? How do we do that? We're not going to be able to be together for the convention. We had just finished the DC Leadership Conference when we were forced to shelter in place on March 16th. And so what wound up happening was Cindy Hollis and I had a conversation, and it was really her idea to start having a couple of community calls just to sort of see what sort of reaction we could get. We had had other community calls, but not with any great frequency, and they'd been successful. So we had two the first week. They went really well. She came back, she's like, wow, this is cool. You know, I think that this could work. Well, now it has grown into a monster, the best kind of monster you can imagine. The level of engagement that we're currently seeing with our members, as well as folks that have not been members that are now engaging with us, is unlike anything I've witnessed in the 13 years that I've worked here. It's been organic. The sessions have ranged from support groups for widows and widowers that a great member of ACB, Roger Dennis, has begun to lead over the last few weeks, to Let's Talk Sports with Dan and Eric. I'm kind of partial to that one, Dan. To arts and crafts, as well as talking through other issues that concern our members and folks within our community. So it has been amazing. We're getting upwards of a couple thousand people a week now on these calls, upwards of 50 calls a week. Would like to recognize Cindy Hollis for all of her work over the last few months, but really over the last year. We welcomed her on June 10th of last year, and she's hit the ground running. Public awareness. The work that has been done by the Public Awareness Steering Committee has been tremendous. And a lot of their work, while they have a defined role within the organization, is to support the other steering committees. So whether it is, in fact, the work of membership and assisting in the creation of the ACB Facebook community. By the way, you can go and search Facebook ACB community to join our group. Within a little over 5 days, we had over 500 individuals that had joined, and now we're over 700. So there's something real and tangible that's happening out there virtually, where folks are making connections and they're feeling wanted and they're feeling engaged, which is just tremendous. As well, we're going to be announcing a blog. ACB is going to be producing a blog that will take place likely just after this convention is over. But our summer intern, Anthony Corona, which is great to have him on board, has been working with Tony Stevens on that, as well as Kelly Gask. The work that Kelly Gask has done over the last year with regard to social media, Facebook Live. By the way, we're on Facebook Live right now. Did you know that? Pretty cool. It's been tremendous. Whether it's Global Accessibility Awareness Day, we did a Facebook Live for that, or whether it's dealing with the stuff that's going to be coming up regarding the ADA 30th anniversary, which we will be participating in. And everything in between. Facebook Live's dealing with guide dogs. Who doesn't love watching a guide dog? Anyway, a ton has been done. And before I move away, the hashtag for this year's convention is hashtag ACB20. So if you're out there in social media land wanting to talk about the convention, hopefully good things, hashtag ACB20, join our Twitter at ACB National, and look for us on Facebook at the American Council of the Blind Official. So excellent stuff. Advocacy. That's the spine of the organization. It's what we're known for. It's really what we've made our mark doing. COVID-19 presented an opportunity in this area, believe it or not. And it deals with the whole issue of voting and all of the states practically wanting to move to vote by mail. This presented an opportunity for ACB and for Clark Rackful, our Director of Advocacy and Governmental Affairs, as well as Claire Stanley, our Advocacy and Outreach Specialist, to work with individuals within the organization to identify states where we were not likely going to be able to, as blind people, independently vote remotely. So you saw us join in a first file a complaint with the Department of Justice regarding New York, then join in a lawsuit with other disability groups in the state of New York, as well as legal action in Idaho that we supported as well. So there's a ton of work, and what's ironic, a little ironic about it, is that we had already done some work in this area in West Virginia, and an agreement, actually a change in legislation in the law in West Virginia was announced in February of this year, before COVID-19, and we led that effort. A ton of work has been done in this area, and I'd like to thank publicly my team, but also our individual members in the state of New York, as well as in Idaho, for raising these issues and joining in and saying, you know, if the state is going to move to vote by mail, we need to find a way to be able to vote and have a private and secure ballot as well. Finally, I think I'd like to talk for just a minute about partnerships. And this is an area that kind of cuts across several of our steering committees. COVID-19 provided us a unique opportunity to deepen a relationship with a company that many of you are aware of, Be My Eyes. For several years, Be My Eyes has been providing a very useful service to the blind and visually impaired community through an app, being able to utilize the camera, and their literally tens of thousands of volunteers to assist blind people in finding or identifying objects, assisting them with navigation. COVID-19 allowed for the two organizations, ACB and Be My Eyes, to talk through what this relationship might look like. And I'm very pleased to say this evening that we are on the Be My Eyes platform, and we have been since late April. We are available to take calls Monday through Friday, noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. Please give us a call. It's being staffed currently by 4 ACB staff members during that 3-hour period, and it's likely that that period we will extend those hours here in the future. Lastly, the newest relationship that we've created is with Procter & Gamble. And this is really neat from my perspective. COVID-19, again, played a role here. We were able to do some outreach with them regarding the challenges that the blind and visually impaired community has been having in purchasing products, be it hand sanitizer, toilet paper, paper towels, other things. Having them delivered, having them constantly be out of stock, having to go to the store, not wanting to go to the store to pick all this stuff up. Clark Rackfall and Tony Stevens actually have led this initiative, and Procter & Gamble has agreed quite loudly that this is an issue, that blind and visually impaired people need these sorts of things during these times, and they need to have them at the ready. And so we, ACB, have worked with 6 NIB agencies around the country to pack these items as well as deliver these items to the impacted populations within their communities. So Orlando, New York, Seattle, San Francisco, New Orleans, and Cincinnati. And these are areas where NIB agencies have expressed a great interest in helping to get these products out to the blind community. And we can't thank NIB and these agencies enough. And we are very pleased that Procter & Gamble has really stepped up and really wants to engage our community. And this is a relationship that is new, but that has a ton of possibility. And they're interested in working with us in other areas as well. So COVID-19 has provided us with a whole set of opportunities. We've been, I think, equal to the task in looking at those opportunities, taking lemons and making them into lemonade. I can't say how proud I am of our members, the level of engagement, the amount of phone calls that we get from folks that are just happy to be part of this organization. So proud of that. I feel like we have turned a corner in this organization in what the future can bring to the American Council of the Blind, and want you to go along with us. It's going to be a wild ride. It's been a fun ride so far. There's going to be a lot more fun to have in the future. And please come with us, come with us as we journey down this path to the future. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you, Eric, for that wonderful update, and thanks to all the ACB staff for all their tremendous hard work. Next, I want to share with you a wonderful advancement that's happened with our scholarship committee. This year, for the first time, we have partnered with the American Foundation for the Blind and the American Council of the Blind. The American Foundation for the Blind had funded a number of scholarships each year, and they were willing to take the scholarship money and provide it to ACB in collaboration with our ACB scholarships. We have to live up to the spirit of the scholarships from both organizations. But from this day forward, the American Council of the Blind will be in charge of shepherding the scholarship fund for the American Foundation for the Blind. Lots of A's in there. But what this partnership has done is allowed us to increase our scholarship funding to well over $80,000 and provide scholarships to 21 deserving students each year. So thank you, AFB, for a wonderful partnership, and thank you to the Scholarship Committee for all their hard work in selecting such qualified, interesting, and individual advocates to be our scholarship winners for 2020. I had the opportunity to participate in their reception and their luncheon this week, and I am telling you, our organization is in good hands. The future is strong, and with the leaders I saw in our scholarship class of 2020, I know we are on a strong path to the future. When it comes to our audio description project, I would like to just take a moment and acknowledge several key things that have happened with audio description this year. First, I'd like to give a shout out to Fred Brack, our webmaster for our ADP website, acb.org/ADP, where you can see the most comprehensive listing of audio described programs in the world. Fred has compiled a list of over 4,300 audio described titles that are available in one directory. These are all the offerings from Netflix, from Amazon, from Apple iTunes, from Apple Plus, from Disney Plus, from all the streaming services, as well as the cable and broadcast channels, as well as DVDs. It's all compiled in one website. And what's so exciting about acb.org/ADP is it's the most visited page on our website. And 61% of the folks that visit that particular page on our website are between the ages of 18 and 34. We are attracting the next generation of blind and visually impaired people from our work here at the American Council of the Blind. Thank you to the ADP project for all their hard work and the collaboration we had with Disney Plus and Apple Plus, which both launched their services with all their original content, audio described. Apple Plus now has over 30 offerings, and I believe Disney Plus just passed 600 offerings with audio description. These relationships, these partnerships did not require any legal action or structured negotiations. These were partners who want to be good corporate citizens and do the right thing for our community. We should always keep that in mind, the opportunity to build partnerships. Next, I'd like to talk about our finances a little bit, and this is a little bit difficult discussion for this year. As you know, one of the key building blocks for our revenue inside of the American Council of Blind are our thrift stores. Our two remaining thrift stores in Lubbock, Texas and Amarillo, Texas are budgeted for $380,000 a year of revenue for the American Council of the Blind. With COVID-19, we had to close our thrift stores at the end of March and through all of April. We were able to open back up in May and June, but there was a significant financial disruption because of the closing of the thrift stores. Very quickly, our new development director, Tony Stevens, working with our chief financial officer, Nancy Marks-Becker, put together and did the research over a weekend to understand what it would take for us to enroll in the Payroll Protection Program, PPP. This federal loan program offered not only for-profit small businesses, but also nonprofits to apply for these small business loans in order to help us through the hard times. We applied for those loans and received $200,000 in loan money. We were able to keep our employees on at the thrift stores. As Eric spoke earlier, we were able to keep our employees at both offices in Alexandria and Minneapolis fully functional in providing services for our organization. I want to give a special shout out to thanks to Tony and Nancy for their quick and decisive action. Because of how we have treated our employees, all $200,000 of that money will become a grant and not a loan, helping us to recover from financial hardship this year. Also, our board has taken the prudent and judicious steps through the end of Mitch's and Kim's administration and onto this administration by putting together a strong investment portfolio that still stands with $4.1 million, including $1.5 million in our board reserve fund, which is there for a rainy day. And folks, we are experiencing a rainy day, but we are still solvent. We are still strong, and we are still in financially good shape. And that's because of the hard work of your board of directors, your staff, your CFO, and your development director. Thanks to all of them. And together we will get through this hardship. When I look at the year 2020, many people think, oh my God, what a challenging year. This has got to be unprecedented. A virus, racial unrest, the murder of George Floyd. Where are we going to go from here? How do we move forward? I believe that this organization has the initiative, the flexibility, the collaboration, the respect, the honesty, the integrity to move forward like we've never moved forward before. What's unique about the year 2020 is we have everybody's attention. Have you noticed it? People are paying attention to civil rights. People are paying attention to inequities in the world. Corporations, legislators, your neighbors down the street, they're all thinking differently. They're thinking inclusive. I'm so proud of the statement of solidarity we created inside of our organization. I'm proud of the conversation we had over the proper use of pronouns with those in our community of sexual orientation and inclusion. We have done this. We are going to move forward. We are going to take this challenge and turn it into the most impressive opportunity in the 21st century. I believe now is the time to get accessible healthcare equipment for all Americans. Now is the time to have a digital presence that's universally inclusive for all. Now is the time for all Americans to have an equal access to the ballot box and accessible voting. Now is the time for us to experience inclusion in all forms of social media, whether it be audio description or just the ability to go to a restaurant and have an accessible menu. We are going to get there because, folks, everybody's listening. We have to seize this opportunity and make the difference that we can for our organization. I thank you for all your hard work. I look forward to an outstanding virtual convention. We have become the chief influencer of the blind and visually impaired community. We were willing to go where others were afraid to tread. And we are blazing the path to the future. Thank you, and the state of the American Council of the Blind is strong. We appreciate all that you do. Now, after I take a breath, thank you all. I now want to introduce a diamond sponsor presentation from one of our most important partners, Microsoft. You will see Microsoft in all kinds of opportunities this week through sessions that they're hosting, through time in the exhibit halls, through their contributions as partners with lots of accessible advancements we've made as an organization. So now I would like to introduce Microsoft's Chief Accessibility Officer, Leigh Fleury, for a presentation from Microsoft. Jenny?
Hi there, folks. This is Jenny Leigh Fleury, the Chief Accessibility Officer at Microsoft, and I am pleased and thrilled to be with you today. I know that this event has not taken the physical shape and form of past years' events, and I'm actually sitting in my garden recording this, so you may hear birds and other animals in the distance here in Seattle. It's definitely been a fascinating year, but I think if there's any learning from this year, it's that accessibility has never been more important. We've definitely seen that at Microsoft. When we moved into this new mode very quickly at the beginning of March here in Seattle, and I know every other state moved in shortly after that, we did have to really flick a gear ourselves as employees, and also as custodians of the accessibility and really the owners of things like Disability Answer Desk and some of the forums that some of you will know and love. Within a few weeks, Disability Answer Desk, which is our free support desk for folks with disabilities, which is celebrating its almost 8th year coming in, that it's been in existence, taken over 1 million calls. We got a groove with Disability Answer Desk with Dad, but very quickly we received way over 200% of volume from folks reaching out to us wanting to learn more about technology that they could use at home to work, to play, to educate children as we assume the roles of educators, as well as power up other family members. A very humbling time. And I do think that while we were able to help so many folks with that onboarding, in fact, we went on and are still producing a lot of content with this frame. We just literally, even in the last few days, published a series of webinars to assist folks who are blind, low vision, who are deaf, to drive inclusive content and collaboration, and we'll continue to do that. What we have also learned is that there's also opportunities for us, and a lot of features and additional bugs that we're continuing to progress. Of all the scenarios that we have tested for, we didn't test for a global pandemic. And so the learning that we're taking from this, we are aggressively and quickly moving forward with. But I do think in some ways, the work that we've been doing in advance of this, not knowing this was coming, has helped us. Accessibility is a priority at Microsoft. It has been for many years, and even more so in the last 5, as we re-engineered accessibility to be very focused on listening, breathing, consuming, using your insight, your wisdom, your thoughts, your needs, and making sure that those drive our priorities. That meant that we infused it and we pushed on certain efforts to drive more people with disabilities into the company, and we have a very systematic framework for that. We also made sure that as we think about non-technical areas like our marketing and communications, we thought about representation of disability, real, authentic representation of disability in our Super Bowl ads, in our presence externally. We really drove core accessibility into all of our frameworks, all of our products, websites, and services. And while I would never claim perfection, there's definitely been some real tangible growth, improvement, and delivery of a higher bar than ever before. And then I think really focusing in on some of the core products. And I do love that this work never stops. There are some amazing improvements coming and are already out within our core platform Windows. And I do want to sort of linger on these for a second, because the goal here is always about making Windows easier to use, easier to see, easier to manipulate and personalize for each individual use. So simple things have a very big impact here, making bigger, brighter mouse pointers, new defaults for magnifier settings and smoother interactions when you opt to keep the mouse pointer centered on the screen, making narrator easier to learn, consolidating all of those settings into one new narrator home so it's easier to access quick start, user guides, and setting. And then making narrator itself more natural and responsive. Improving the way it handles common phrases, reducing the number of times it pauses mid-sentence, just the succinctness of data, options to control what narrator says, and responsiveness with Word and Outlook and other parts of our ecosystem, as well as adding support for Chrome. So you have a choice of browsers and the ability to move by sentence, when navigating text, and reading commands seamlessly and consuming content using scan mode. Just some of the many, honestly, feedback that you've given us that's turned into improvements within our products, as well as investing in future. And I think future is where we can change paradigms, change attitudinal barriers, change feasibly just the pragmatics of doing day-to-day work. I think everyone knows about Seeing AI. That has now taken 25 million images and continues to grow in scope and languages. And then we're also investing in areas like Soundscape, which has been a continual investment for us, which just announced French compatibility as it grows with the global nature of what we do. And then research projects like Project Tokyo, which is using the power of AI and AR. So imagine a HoloLens, which goes on top of your head, and it allows you to hear by using automatic recognition who is in the room, where they are, where they're positioned, any expressions on faces. And I want to give you the example because the research team has really been exploring this with simple situations like dinner tables and a Thanksgiving dinner, where you can have a big table with a lot of people around it, a lot of people getting up and down, and the social nuances can be tough to learn, particularly for kids with blindness and low vision coming through. Wearing this technology can change and empower folks with a new level of understanding of that situation, which allows for better eye pointing, head movements towards the right person at the right time, and an understanding of where precisely people are sat. Simple things that we do believe in the future that could have a really big impact on the learning that is so crucial to being empowered as a person with a disability, a person with blindness and low vision. All of our efforts, all of what we do is on the back of your feedback and on the back of the partnership that we have with ACB. I am proud to call Eric Bridges a friend who holds me accountable at all times, who drives me forward, and is constantly elevating your voice. It is so important to us to continue that voice. If you're sitting there and you're wondering, hey, what about, could I? Do not ever hesitate to contact Disability Answer Desk. We are there and ready to field any and all of your requests, of your questions and sort of ideas for the future. It is staffed by some of the most amazing humans, and I'm very proud and honored that I get to work with people like Crystal Jones and Kelly Ford and Sean Merrihew that staff some of this, and the many, many, many others on this team. And also do check out all the resources that we continually are growing off Microsoft.com/accessibility. That includes webinars, that includes different content and advice portals as we work to make it easier, not just within our products, but for you to get all the information you need to understand what is in those products as you're scanning around and looking for it all. I'm grateful for what we do every day. I'm grateful that the ACB is still holding this wonderful event, albeit in a slightly different format. And I encourage you all to go and check out the exhibition. We're there, many others are there, and stay in touch, folks. Accessibility has never been more important, and our partnership is a key part of that. Have a wonderful, wonderful conference. Thank you to all of you, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.
Thank you so much, Jenny, for those wonderful comments. Again, Microsoft is such a treasured partner of the American Council of the Blind, and we appreciate all that you do. And we hope you have a wonderful convention. Next, it's time for us to recognize our 2020 Life members. And this year, we're lucky to have 6 exceptional folks in our Life member class of 2020. First, I want to share with you the Life membership of Sarah Harris. Sarah Harris is a member of the Tennessee Council of the Blind and was sponsored by TCB. Jenny Johnson, their TCB president, has just wonderful things to say about Sarah and all that she does to help and has helped for the organization through a number of years. Her and her husband, Richard, just do an outstanding job of being there whenever anything is needed for the Tennessee Council of the Blind. Sarah is a member of the Memphis chapter, where she has become a very close friend of Penny Verity's and helps in any way that she can. We want to recognize Sarah Harris as a 2020 Life member. Thank you, Sarah, for all that you do. Sarah, unfortunately, was unable to be with us in person this evening, but sends us her best from Byhalia, Mississippi. So just across the line from the Tennessee-Mississippi border, an active member of the Memphis chapter of the Tennessee Council of the Blind. Thank you, Sarah, for all that you do. And thank you, Tennessee, for your sponsorship of Sarah. Next, we would like to hear from our second life member, and that is a wonderful gentleman that I've just got to meet here over the last few weeks. His name is Roger Dennis, and he is from Rochester, New York. He actually spent a lot of time in Central Florida, where I didn't get a chance to meet him, and I'm sad about that. But he has now stepped up and become such an integral member of our community chats. He hosts the Widow and Widowers show twice a week, and we're honored to have Roger Dennis as a 2020 life member. Roger, we'd love to hear you say a few words, and welcome.
Okay, Dan. I would just like to say that I became a life member primarily because of a couple of the national staff people. One of them is Tony Stevens, who sent out a phenomenal letter that made it felt like he wanted me to be part of the ACB, even though I know it was a formed letter. I replied to him telling him what a wonderful job he did, and he sent me another note back, and so we got to talk, and he told me if I want to become active to go see Cindy, which I did. And I saw Cindy Hollis. I've worked with her. She's worked with me. And among other things, I did set up the Widows and Widowers group, which we have about 16 to 18 people in every week. And we talk about the good times and the bad times, the taking care of our spouses in the bad times and traveling in the good times. So it's really a good time. And without those phenomenal, energetic people, I don't think I'd have become a life member. But because I saw how much they put into, I felt I could at least do that. So thank you very much, Dan, for recognizing me.
Well, thank you, Roger. We really appreciate you getting involved, and congratulations on being a life member for 2020. Next, we have the opportunity to recognize a surprise membership. This is fun for me. This is really exciting. But, and this is a person I've known for, oh gosh, well over 20 years. And she has just turned into an exceptional leader inside of the American Council of the Blind. She was sponsored by her affiliate, the Illinois Council of the Blind. And I am honored to recognize my friend. She actually came to Leslie and I's wedding 23 years ago, Rachel Schroeder, president of the Illinois Council of the Blind. Who doesn't know she's getting this award tonight? So Rachel, we'd love to hear a few words from you. So it's a little early, but you got to unmute and say a few words.
Oh my gosh. I was supposed to be up here to welcome everybody to Virtual Schaumburg, right, Janet? Isn't that right? Yeah, welcome to Virtual Schaumburg, everybody. You're stuck with me. Wow. Thank you to ICB, and thank you to everybody who has worked with me along the way, including you and Leslie, Dan, for working with me in FCB. I have led ICB recently, through some difficult times, and it's definitely a labor of love. And I will continue to work with, ACB. And I tell you, it's a weird time to become a life member of ACB because, I'd much rather be standing in front of you all in Schaumburg and giving a bunch of hugs, but instead I'm joining everybody in your own living rooms and becoming a life member in ACB at a time when I don't think any of us ever appreciated ACB more than we do now. So, wow. wow. Thank you so much. I got a lot of real hugs to give out when I can see you guys again. Thank you.
Congratulations, Rachel. You are so deserving, and the Illinois Council was so excited to give you this award. And we think of you as a stepdaughter from Florida. Rachel was
I'm still a Floridian too.
Rachel was actually the president of our local chapter before she moved to Illinois. So Rachel,
Dan was my treasurer at the time, actually.
I love counting that money.
How things change.
That's
Thank
right, Rachel.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Enjoy your convention and congratulations.
Wow, thank you.
Anytime. Next, hopefully, we're in a position where we can hear from our next life member. This is a wonderful individual. I think of her as an ACB living angel. She does so much to help our organization, and she hails from the wonderful state of Kentucky and was sponsored by Adam and Carla Ruschival. So I want to say hello to the First Lady of Lexington, Paula Weiss. Paula, I hope you're there and you can say a few words. If Paula's not there, we'll go ahead and move on and keep trying to get connected with her, the joys of a virtual convention. But we think so highly of you, Paula, and all that you do, from helping out with auctions to registration. I had the opportunity in Louisville, Kentucky, at their leadership conference just a few years ago to have an amazing conversation with Paula and hear her story and how much the American Council of the Blind means to her. So we will hope to get Paula on, but right now I'm going to introduce our next ACB angel, I can say anything, sorry about that, our next life member. And this is also a surprise announcement. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize a really great guy, a guy that's there whenever you want to have a conversation with him, somebody who deeply cares about his affiliate. His name is Art Cabanella, president of the Hawaii Association of the Blind. He was sponsored by the Hawaii Association of the Blind with a special nudge from Don Thompson. So Art is in our audience this evening, and we're hoping he can raise his hand on Zoom, and we're going to get back to him hopefully in a minute or two so we can get some comments from Art. What an outstanding gentleman Art is. I had the opportunity, Leslie and I did, to go and meet him and his mother 2 years ago, be toured all around Honolulu and participate in their state affiliate convention. What a wonderful mom, what a wonderful gentleman. And we hope to hear from Art in just a minute. But while we're waiting to hear from Art, I would like to introduce our next life member. And that is a gentleman that we've all got to know well from Omaha, Nebraska. The gentleman that won last year's ACB Braille Forum drawing, Jim Urek from Omaha, Nebraska, who was able to take some of that Braille Forum money and sponsor a life membership. So let's hear a few words from Jim.
Attending ACB conventions since 1990. And I was actually impressed my first national convention. In fact, backing up a little bit, I was actually forced to join ACB in 1989 in Nebraska by our then president here locally in Omaha. And I was 20 years old at the time in May of '89, turning 21 in June. Not knowing any better, I didn't argue with the individual in question. She told me, she said, Jim, you are going to come to an ACB meeting. You are going to love it. You're going to get involved. You're going to shut up and participate and be happy whether you want to or not. And like I say, being, you know, not as wise as I am now, back then, I shut up, listened to her, and I tell you what, I was hooked, which led me to my first national convention in Denver in 1990. That was the same year that was Leroy Saunders' first year as president. And with the exception of 1999, I believe in Houston that year, and in Orlando in 2009, I've been to every convention since. And becoming a life member of ACB is something I've wanted to do for a number of years, just never got around to doing it for one reason or another. And when I won the Braille Forum raffle last year, it was intimated by some that it would behoove me, since I've gained some knowledge and insight from ACB, to give back. And so what better way to give back in the form of a life membership? And it's something I'm glad I did, and I appreciate the opportunity to say a few remarks about it.
Thank you, Jolene. Hopefully we'll get Art. Thank you. Having a little trouble with the mute and unmute button, but I'm now back. So thank you, Jim, for those wonderful comments, and congratulations on becoming a life member. Now I believe we have Paula Weiss, who is raising her hand, and hopefully Rick can recognize Paula for a few words. Paula has joined the meeting. So Paula, welcome. We're happy to hear from you. And sorry for the confusion, but congratulations on becoming a life member. We're so excited for you. Congratulations. Hopefully you can compose yourself and say a few words. It's quite a surprise.
Well, thank you for that really nice introduction, Dan. And yes, I was surprised, and I'm just so honored and humbled to be a part of this organization. What an incredible organization and an amazing group of people I've worked with for like the past 11 years. I don't know if everybody knows, but I am fully sighted. My husband was blind. And so when I began to get involved with the American Council of the Blind, I had a friend who said to me, you know, once you go blind, you won't go back. And that was so true. I have just, you know, enjoyed being so involved with the organization and working with everyone and meeting everybody at the convention. So I am just so honored to have this great award. Thank you so much to Carla and Adam for giving that to me.
Oh, and thank you, Paula, and thank you for all that you do. And you know, our convention's just getting started. I know we're going to hear and see your name all over the place as the week goes along. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dan. Good night.
All right. Good night. Rick, we're hoping Art's been able to raise his hand. If not, we'll move on and maybe catch him before the evening is over. He probably should be an 808, but okay. Well, Art, we're trying to get hold of you out there. All you Hawaii Association of the Blind folks, you reach out and get hold of Art, and let's see if we can get him on before the evening ends. But right now, I want to thank all of our lifetime members, and it's time to move on to the next portion of our evening, which is the introduction of our ACB Angels Tributes. This is a program that's near and dear to my heart. The ACB Angels are a wonderful way to honor those who have meant so much to our community. And I'd now like to introduce Tony Stevens, ACB Development Director, and Dan Dillon, Resource Development Committee Chair, to present our 2020 ACB Angels.
The ACB Angel Program started in 2014. Our president, Dan Spoon, and I had several lengthy conversations. We started talking about some kind of program to recognize our members who have passed on, especially those members who have contributed a great deal to ACB. 2014, we kicked off the program, and Brenda Dillon was the first angel. The year that my wife Brenda passed away, that was in 2013, and the second angel was Anita Stone, who was the sister to Leslie and Dan Spoon's sister-in-law. And then the third angel was the husband of Margarine Beeman. The angel program is not only for people, it is also for guide dogs. And in 2014, Marlena Lieberg made a $1,000 donation in memory of her 7 guide dogs. Now, since that time, we've changed the rules a little bit, and we allow up to 4 guide dogs per person. The qualifications for becoming an angel are, first of all, we ask that an affiliate, an individual, or affiliates can go in together and make a $500 minimum donation to ACB, and then they can put the word out on leadership, send out emails, and get other people to donate over and above that $500. It's been a very successful, not only fundraiser for ACB since then, but it's recognized so many of our members that have contributed so much to the American Council of the Blind. And this year, we're recognizing the father of ACB, Durwood K. McDaniel. We probably should have recognized this gentleman a long time ago, but I'm very proud that we have Durwood K. McDaniel as an angel this year.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kenneth Simeon Sr. of Beaumont, Texas, and I serve as chair of the Durwood K. McDaniel Fund Committee. I'd like to share an experience that I had in 2007 at an ACB of Texas conference and convention. My sister joined me there, and we attended the annual auction. She was sure that she would purchase some type of technology for me in order for me to advance living independently. All of a sudden, she hears sold, and she thought she bought some technology. When it was delivered to her, we found out that it was the People of Vision story of ACB, an audio book on cassette. There was laughter at the table. However, I further began to listen to People of Vision and became enlightened and more educated about the ACB history, or the history of ACB. I learned about Durwood K. McDaniel and his quest to begin ACB and forge ahead with other supporting members to create an organization that would be inclusive of all blind and visually impaired Americans. And I appreciate his passion, his dedication, and his tenacity.
This is Roger Peterson. I live in Mountain View, California, and I'm a member of the Silicon Valley Council of the Blind, which is part of the California Council of the Blind.
I'm Bernice Kandarian, and I too live in Mountain View, California. I was living in LA. I flew back to Washington, and I was the house guest of, then it was Donna Eckert. And she became Marlena Lieberg.
Marlena Lieberg, yes.
But she was working at the ACB office on Connecticut Avenue, and she and I went there. And then Durwood said, "Come on, let's walk over to to the Hilton Hotel. You know, that's the hotel where Reagan had been shot.
The Washington Hilton.
Yeah, the Washington Hilton. And so he and I were walking over there, and we went in, and those opening events of the President's Committee on Employment of People with Disabilities were always so impressive, with the military that brought in each flag of the United States, et cetera, and the military band playing. And so finally we were having a break, and Durwood wasn't sitting by me, but I stood up during the break, and behind me I hear Durwood's voice saying, you know, he was 6'2", and he had a soft voice, and he said, Bernice, come over here. So I turned to walk to him, and there was a guy taller than his 6'2" that was standing in front of him. And the guy reached out his hand to shake my hand, and Durwood said, Bernice, I'd like you to meet U.S. Senator Jennings Randolph. And what always has been so interesting to me is that, you know, when blind people are in public places, sighted people don't walk up and talk to you. It's hard for you to get a hold of people to try to talk with them, but he was the kind of person that communicated so well with the legislature and got.
Senator Randolph came over to him and said, hi, Durwood.
Yes, yes. Durwood had a few people that he gave nicknames to, and I was one of the few. You know, my last name is Kandarian. And when he met me early on, he kept in touch with me, and he started calling me after a couple of years, Can Do Darian. And about 3 days before he died in 1994, September of 94, he left a voicemail on my machine, and it said, hey, Can Do, will you do, and then blah, blah, for me. I met Kathy at the ACB National Convention in Knoxville, Tennessee in 1973. When Kathy was growing up at School for the Blind in St. Louis, you know, she married at the age of 16 and stayed in the school, and until they told anybody that they were married, because that's when their son was coming along. And she moved to California and joined the organization in March of 1949. She came in October to California of 48. And she'd gotten a guide dog, but she hadn't been in the organization until 49. Kathy met Durwood early on, and you know, when they were going to, they were having a lot of troubles. And California had a split in 1959, and before the national split was in 61. And Kathy was unable to attend that split in 61 because her little son Eric was only 6 weeks old. But Kathy was very heavily involved in the California split and what was going on the national. And after the American Council began in 61, Durwood wanted her to be on the board. So it was in 1965 that he got her elected to the board. First she said no, but he got her nominated and elected. And she served on the board of the American Council for 11 years. And that was in the early days of the organization. And she did a lot. She didn't say things in negative fashion. She always came across about what was involved, and people would discuss amongst each other about it and make decisions. She just had a very, very positive manner of handling a board or handling a committee. It was just comfortable, and she went through a lot of hard times in her life. But you know, even not even several weeks before she died, she was still doing organizational stuff. She did that for over 70 years.
Yeah, she was a people person. In fact, what I was going to say is she uh, talked with Ken Jernigan very close to his death. You know, he called her and talked with her. They were friends when she was in the Federation, and she always could maintain personal relationships even with people that she didn't agree with about everything. I think she was everyone's grandmother or everyone's mother. She knew everything about everybody, and she was concerned about everybody. And she, you know, one of the reasons why we had such good organization when she was running it was that she called people and she went to see the chapter meetings, and she's just the ultimate people person.
Thanks, Dan. Good evening, ACB. I'm glad to join you this evening in an effort to present to you the 2020 class of DCAM first-timers. Each year,
Welcome back, everybody. Wow. You know, when you just hear what Derwood and Kathy did to help shape this organization, it's such an honor to see them now on the ACB Angels Wall. So thank you, Derwood. Thank you, Kathy. And thank you, presenters, for bringing their stories to life. Next, we're going to take an opportunity to recognize future and current leaders of the American Council of the Blind. We are so fortunate to have two outstanding programs to recognize leaders inside of our organization. The first one is the Durwood K. McDaniel Fund Committee under the leadership of Kenneth Simeon Sr. from Beaumont, Texas. And Kenneth leads the committee in such an outstanding way. They select both the ACB First Timers each year, which is special award for a first-time convention goer on each side of the Mississippi River. In addition to that, we also have the J.P. Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows Program, and those recognize 5 outstanding young and evolving leaders inside of our organization. Those winners are also selected by the Durwood K. McDaniel Fund Committee. Right now, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Kenneth and Eric Bridges, our Executive Director, to welcome the class of new leaders of the American Council of Blind from our first timers and J.P. Morgan Leader Fellows. Welcome, Kenneth and Eric.
Which is her native language. She received a bachelor's degree in social work from Saginaw Valley State University, then entered Wayne State University, where she earned a master's.
Here we go. It's going to restart. Thanks so much for making it feel like it's live.
ACB, I'm glad to join you this evening in an effort to present to you the 2020 class of DCAM first-timers. Each year, the Deborah K. McDaniel Fund Committee seeks to identify and honor two recipients, one from the east and one from the west of the Mississippi River. This year's recipients have met all requirements as published in the ACB Braille Forum. Each recipient must meet such requirements as being age 18 or older, blind or visually impaired, member in good standing with ACB, and never have attended a national ACB conference and convention.
Presenting the 2020 class of DKM first-timers. Marissa Musimek of Sterling Heights, Michigan is the 2020 DKM first-timer from the East. She speaks 4 languages: Bosnian, Croatian, German, and English. She is currently employed by Language Line Solutions, where she works as an interpreter for Bosnian language, which is her native language. She received a bachelor's degree in social work from Saginaw Valley State University, then entered Wayne State University, where she earned a master's degree in rehabilitation counseling. As a member of Michigan Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired, Marissa serves as chair of the Resolutions Committee, serves as secretary of the Mitten Phone Chapter, and wants to learn more to serve better. She volunteers with Bookshare as a proofreader and can validate books to be used for the Bookshare collection. Marissa has enjoyed working with the ACB Next Generation Social Committee by assisting in planning social events.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you our DKM first-timer from the East, Marissa Musimek from Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Good evening, fellow American Council of the Blind members. I'm honored to accept this award and to be a first-timer at this convention. I would like to thank everybody who has supported me on the journey to get this award. First, I would like to thank my affiliate president, Becky Koistra, who wrote a letter on my behalf. I would also like to thank the DKM First Timers Committee for interviewing me and giving me this award. And I would like to thank my family and everyone else in my community who has accepted me to be a volunteer and helped me to be able to participate in my activities. I would especially like to thank my parents and my friend Rose and all my friends from my church community who have assisted with who have assisted me to be able to participate in all of the activities. It is an honor to be here, and I look forward to meeting everyone and each of you. And thank you again so much.
Sarah Freeman Smith of Houston, Texas is the 2020 DKM first-timer from the West. She is currently employed as a contract senior recruiter and a state credential employment services specialist and job coach. Her career spans over 25 years in human resources. She has worked for major corporations such as BP, GE Oil and Gas, and First Data. She is president of UR Gyms Group Incorporated, a career coaching motivational speaking firm that specializes in assisting people with disabilities to fulfill their career goals. Sarah is an honors graduate from the University of Southern California, where she received a Bachelor of Arts degree in broadcast management and a master's degree from the University of Phoenix. In addition to her work, she actively serves on the Houston Council of the Blind as a board member and by planning and facilitating education events. She is a board member for ACB of Texas and gladly advocates for the rights of people with disabilities. Sarah is an employment commissioner on the Houston Commission for People with Disabilities and serves on the board of directors for several nonprofit organizations in the Houston area.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you our DKM first-timer from the West, Sarah Freeman Smith of Houston, Texas.
I would like to just take this privilege to thank the entire ACB organization for this wonderful blessing. I want to first of all thank all of the committee members of the DKM selection committee for their dedication and commitment through the entire process in selecting me. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank my affiliate President Peggy Garrett for submitting my letter of recommendation and also helping me to learn all about the wonderful opportunities that American Council of the Blind offers. And I would be remiss if I did not thank my fellow local chapter members of the Houston Council of the Blind for all of their encouragement and opportunities to learn and grow within the visually impaired and blind community. I am very honored and feel very, very blessed to get this prestigious DKM First Time Award. I'm looking forward to meeting and making and developing new friendships, unfortunately not in person, but virtually, and looking forward to also just participating in all of the workshops, learning and being inspired, and being able to take that back to my community and helping share all that I've learned with others. So once again, thanks again for this wonderful privilege and opportunity.
And now I'd like to introduce to you Eric Bridges, Executive Director of ACB.
Thank you, Kenneth. I'm so pleased to be with you all once again to talk a little bit about a great corporate partner, JP Morgan Chase. This is the 6th year of ACB's JP Morgan Leadership Fellows Program. This year will mark 28 fellows that will have been recognized by the organization for their contributions at the chapter as well as affiliate level. Thank you so much to JP Morgan for their support in helping the organization and allowing us to identify a pipeline of talent for future ACB leadership. It's been a wonderful partnership with JP Morgan. I'd like to thank the DKM committee, chaired by Kenneth Semyon, for all of their work in identifying these new leaders. Have a great convention. Back to you, Kenneth.
Thanks, Eric. And now I join you again to present the 2020 class of ACB and JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows. Each recipient has met all requirements as published in the ACB Bureau form. Those are being age 18 or older, being blind or visually impaired, and a member in good standing with ACB. And now the 2020 class of ACB and JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows.
Presenting the 2020 class of ACB JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows. Regina Brink of Sacramento, California, received 2 BA degrees from California State University at Fullerton in Sociology and Ethnic Studies. After college, her work included employment as a counselor at Head Start and WIC. She also worked as a program coordinator for the Society for the Blind, as well as served as the chairperson for 3 years of the Parent Policy Council, an administrative council over the 7 county Head Start programs in Sacramento. She was recently elected president of the local ACB Capital chapter for the California Council of the Blind. Regina is currently a member of the Art Access Committee for the Crocker Museum and helped and developed their Touch Tours, where she offers disability awareness workshops for their docents. Regina has appeared in 10 productions at her local Sacramento Community Theater, including the Short Repertory Theater, Ovation Stage, and California Stage. She is currently working as a workshop facilitator for the local adult program for developmentally disabled actors, and recently developed a theater direction with an all-blind cast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Regina Brink of Sacramento, California.
First, I would like to say how humbled and honored I am to accept this fellowship award from JP Morgan Chase and the American Council of the Blind. I want to thank President Dan Spoon and Mr. Eric Bridges for their dedicated leadership, support of the vision loss community, and their willingness to foster mentorship and the care of all council members. I would also like to thank the DKM committee for their hard work and dedication, especially Kenneth Sinmean Sr., who has been thoughtful and passionate about the JP Morgan Chase recipients and the DKM first timers. He's been there for us at every step in this process with encouragement and consideration. I would also like to thank Jeff Tom, who encouraged me to apply, and Judy Wilkinson of California Council of the Blind, our president, that wrote a letter on my behalf. Finally, I want to thank the ACB Capital Chapter of the California Council of the Blind. Their support has assisted me in moving in a positive direction, advocating locally, statewide, and nationally for the independence and dignity of people who are blind or have low vision. I am blessed to have a talented group of people to work with. And through this experience with the DKM committee, I have discovered this is the case for most of the people in the American Council of the Blind. And so I look forward to expanding my role in this important mission of this wonderful organization and moving forward together for a bright future. Let's have a great convention.
Saja Koirala of Honolulu, Hawaii, holds a bachelor's degree in psychology, a master's degree in social work, a certificate in women's studies, and a graduate certificate in disability studies. She is currently pursuing her PhD in Communication and Information Sciences at the University of Hawaii. Her research interests include media accessibility and audio description. Saja has been working as a research assistant on the Unidescription project since 2017 and has played an instrumental role in audio describing the brochures of over 100 national parks. She has been an active member of the Hawaii Association of the Blind for the past 9 years, where she serves as the chairperson of the Contact Committee and regularly participates in area community activities coordinated by HAB. She has worked as a student writer for her college's student publication and is a former radio talk show host. She has volunteered for the Center on Disability Studies at the University of Hawaii and in Helping Hands Hawaii. Saja also mentors younger individuals who are new to the organization, as well as actively participated in advocacy efforts in support of all people with disabilities.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Saja Koirala of Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hi, everyone. I'm so thankful to be one of the recipients of the JP Morgan Chase Fellowship for this year. So I really want to express my gratitude to the DKM committee for allowing me this privilege. And I also want to give a special shout out to our ACB president, Dan Spoon, who made me aware of this opportunity and encouraged me to apply. So thank you, Dan. And thank you, everyone. I'm looking forward to this convention. And I love being a part of this great organization called the American Council of the Blind. Mahalo.
Meryl Ann Shelton of Windsor Mill, Maryland, is an employee in the federal government, working with the Internal Revenue Service and the Social Security Administration. She speaks 5 languages: English, Spanish, French, Hebrew, and Yiddish. Her degrees include a bachelor's in Spanish and French from Adelphi University and a master's in Spanish from Fordham University. She also studied accounting at St. John's University in Queens, New York. Meryl currently holds the office of Vice President of the American Council of the Blind of Maryland, and she serves as chair of the membership committee for her chapter, Central Maryland Council of the Blind, along with recent services as chair of the Legislative Committee. Other service areas include serving on Service Project Committee for the state of Maryland, serving as a Baltimore County election judge, assisting those who are blind, disabled, and elderly wanting to use the ballot marking device, and a member of the Consumer Advisory Committee for accessible transportation. Meryl's passion to make a positive difference and bring change was inspired by a conversation with Durwood K. McDaniel years ago when he told her that she had the potential to become a leader for ACB.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Meryl Ann Schechter of Windsor Mill, Maryland.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Meryl Schechter, and I am the Vice President of the American Council of the Blind of Maryland. I would like to thank the American Council of the Blind and the DKM Committee as well as JP Morgan Chase for providing the funds. I am very humbled and excited to receive this prestigious JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellow Award. I had the opportunity many years ago to meet Durwood K. McDaniel in person, and he told me that I had the potential of being a great leader for ACB, and he really inspired me to do a lot of things that I'm currently doing with membership and advocacy, as well as helping with getting speakers for our local meetings. I also would like to thank our members of the state of Maryland, all of the members of the state of Maryland, for believing in me and encouraging me. In what I hope to gain from this is to be a better leader and to also be able to help others and empower others. Thank you very much.
Connie Sims of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, is a graduate of South Dakota School of Massage Therapy. She is a certified sports massage therapist, a certified lymphedemic technician, and a certified practitioner. Connie is currently serving her first term as president of South Dakota Association of the Blind and has worked to enhance affiliate operations by implementing policies such as new financial policy for effective services, budgeting practices, and transparency. While holding the office of treasurer, she passed a conflict of interest and confidentiality policy. She is also in the process of developing and introducing guidelines to assure greater efficiency in regard to documentation. Connie has been an active member of the board of directors for the past 5 years, where she serves as chair on the Publicity and Legislative Committee and is co-editor of the affiliate's newsletter. She is treasurer of her local chapter in Sutherland and served as president for 2 terms. Connie is a member of the ACB Transportation Committee and will be a facilitator and presenter during the transportation workshop in this year's convention. In regard to her community, Connie serves on the Jenison Advisory Committee under the Southeastern Council of Governance and the Sioux Falls Transportation Advisory Committee.
ACB, I now present to you Connie Sims of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Thank you, Kenneth. I'd like to thank JP Morgan Chase in conjunction with ACB for the JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows Award. I am very honored and humbled by receiving such an award. When I attended the legislative and presidential meetings in February, I met with a prior recipient winner. He encouraged me, along with leadership, to apply for this award. I would also like to thank my SDAB board for the support and acknowledgement and encouragement for this wonderful experience. I look back at my first conference and convention at ACB in 1984. Del Almond, a charter member of ACB, also encouraged and supported me to attend. With that experience, I have been a strong believer in the ACB and its work. I would also like to thank my husband, Seth, for the support and being my sounding board. Again, thank you to JP Morgan Chase for the funds that help us winners be able to participate in this wonderful experience. Again, thank you to Kenneth Simeon, the DKM committee, along with Eric Bridges, Dan Spoon, for selecting me for the JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows. I also would wish to thank JP Morgan Chase for supporting ACB in everything that they do. Hope everyone has a wonderful convention. Thank you. I would also like to thank my SDAB board for the support and acknowledgement and encouragement for this wonderful experience. I look back at my first conference and convention at ACB in 1984. Del Almond, a charter member of ACB, also encouraged and supported me to attend. With that experience, I have been a strong believer in the ACB and its work. I would also like to thank my husband, Seth, for the support and being my sounding board. Again, thank you to JP Morgan Chase for the funds that help us winners be able to participate in this wonderful experience. Again, thank you to Kenneth Simeon, the DKM committee, along with Eric Bridges, Dan Spoon, for selecting me for the JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows. I also wish to thank JP Morgan Chase for supporting ACB in everything that they do. Hope everyone has a wonderful convention. Thank you.
Wanda Denise Williford of Trenton, New Jersey, attended Temple University in Pennsylvania as an accounting major. She worked for New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Company for 24 years as a senior property casualty underwriter. She maintained insurance producer's license in that capacity. Wanda stepped up at a crucial time in her affiliate and is currently serving as the first term of the New Jersey Council of the Blind. She has taken the lead in planning, developing strategies to position the organization for growth, and she has initiated a fundraising campaign to assure that their scholarship programs continues to thrive. She is also serving her first term as president of her local chapter and eagerly assists members in conceptualizing the benefits of technology and how it supports personal independence. Additionally, she is working to promote community awareness of her organization by creating ads for the local newspaper, along with planning the annual Summer Bash. Wanda recently became involved with advocating for equal access to the absentee ballot in her county through a provision of online voting support of voters who are blind and want the privilege to vote independently and privately.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Wanda Denise Williford of Trenton, New Jersey.
Good evening. I would like to thank the ACB and JP Morgan Chase for this award. I am honored and humbled. I would also like to thank the entire New Jersey Council of the Blind and my local chapter, the Mercer County Association of the Blind. They are now my friends and family. If not for them, I would not be here participating. They have encouraged me, and they also have become my family and my support system. With that being said, I would also like to thank Frank Schack, who is our prior president and our current vice president, who wrote my letter of recommendation. I've only been a member of ACB since March of 2018, and I was very, very surprised when I was asked to step up and take a leadership role because I lacked experience. With that being said, that same lack of experience is the reason why I applied for the JP Morgan Leadership Award. There is so much for me to learn so that I can absorb all of this information and take it back to my friends and family. I look forward to participating in the workshops and webinars and sessions and hearing, all of the new industry information. I would love to discuss new ideas and information with the fellow DKM awardees and fellow JP Morgan Chase awardees I look forward to your friendship, getting to know you all, and like I said, taking that information back to my community. Thank you very much.
I would like to express appreciation to my committee for their time, energy, and dedication. Special thanks to Anthony Akavine of Hawaii, Marja Byers of Oregon, Todd Falstrom of Montana, Zelda Gebhardt of North Dakota, Betsy Grinovich of Georgia, Cindy Laban of Maryland, Amanda Selm of Kentucky, Sharon Strauchowski of Massachusetts, Frank Ventura of Massachusetts, Staff Liaison Kelly Gask of Virginia, Officer Liaison David Trott of Alabama. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Kenneth and Eric. What an outstanding group of new leaders and experienced leaders to our ACB organization. And special thanks to the DKM committee for all they do all year long to work and prepare for the application process and the selection of these wonderful current and future leaders inside of ACB. I believe we now have an opportunity to hear from our final life member, Art Capanella from Honolulu, Hawaii. Art, I hope you're there. We'd love to hear some thoughts from you, my friend. So hopefully let's hear a few words from Art Capanella.
Aloha, everyone. Thank you for hunting me down and making this possible. I want to also say thank you and aloha to Don Thompson and the HAB Ohana for recognizing me with this Life Award recognition. And thank you to our president, Dan Spoon, for his kind words regarding my mother and I when we last met. It was a wonderful trip to spend with you and spend some time with you folks. It really was something that both she and I will remember. As far as this award is concerned, you know, I never thought this was something that I would receive. But then again, too, I was never thought that I would be president of our affiliate in Hawaii. So I guess it's all about you folks, and you can guarantee that I will be there for you just as, you know, as much. So again, thank you for the honor.
Thank you, Art, and thank you for such a special time in Honolulu, Hawaii. Leslie and I will never forget the breakfast we had at Duke's right there on Waikiki Beach. And it makes me a big smile come to my face every time I hear Jimmy Buffett sing Duke's on Sunday. Say hi to your mom and congratulations. Next, we're going to have an opportunity to just for a minute hear back from Rachel Schroeder, who was our hospitality committee chair for the host committee chair, full of hospitality, but our host committee chair from Illinois when we were going to have the convention in Schaumburg. So I wanted Rachel to come on and just say a few words about the opportunity to come back.
Bear with me here. I see the audio has gone away and I don't know why. One moment. I see that I'm still in the room. Yes, I see all the people in the room here. It must be a disconnection somewhere. I'm still streaming, so.
Are you working? And I look forward to working with you for many years in the future.
This is Rita Reese-Whiting, President.
Thank you, Rachel. I understand we lost your audio for a little bit there, but thank you, Rachel. Okay. Rachel, we lost you for just a minute, but we're technically back. So through the wonderful world of Zoom, if you could just say a few words about the opportunity to host the 2023 convention again in Schaumburg. Thank you, Rachel.
Sure, just because, just like we had a dress rehearsal, so to speak, for Schaumburg, we were thinking it was going to happen this year. I got a dress rehearsal for my remarks, I guess. So it's just par for the course, I guess. But we are so looking forward to inviting all of you to Schaumburg in 2023. So everything that you were hoping to do this year, never fear, in just a few short years, as Janet will tell you, it's going to happen again. And ICB is right ready to be the host affiliate again, and we will welcome ACB with as much fanfare as we can do, and maybe we'll have to double it since we weren't here this year. So again, I hope everybody has an awesome convention. I got all kinds of energy to work for ACB and ICB, and I'll be right there with you guys in 2023. Thanks.
Thank you, Rachel, and look forward to being in Schaumburg in 2023. All right.
Garrett's popcorn, baby.
There you go. Looking forward to some of that popcorn. Next, it's time for our 2020 ACB roll call. This roll call would normally be introduced by our ACB secretary, Denise Colley. I know many of you have heard, but unfortunately, Denise's longtime husband of 39 years, Burl Colley, just passed away last Sunday. So Denise does not have the opportunity to be with us this evening, but she actually had a chance on Sunday to participate in the scholarship reception, and on Saturday in the scholarship reception, and she sounded good, and she gives everybody her best, and she says she'll be back with us on Wednesday for her general session presentation as the officer of the day. But Denise, I want to tell you that we're all sad about Burl. He was a friend, a colleague. Him and Michael Garrett helped Sarah and myself and John McCann through all the steps when we first ran for the board in 2012, and they were the seasoned veterans who were running for their second term. Burl was always a man that met you with friendship, caring, honesty, and integrity. If I ever knew an individual that lived up to the core values of the American Council of the Blind, it's Burl Colley. Burl, we'll miss you. Denise, we look forward to hearing from you on Wednesday. And I have the honor today to welcome everybody to the 2020 ACB roll call. You will hear from all 68 state affiliate and special interest affiliates. Enjoy the roll call. Go ACB.
Hello, and welcome. My name is Michael Talley. I'm the president of the Alabama Council of the Blind. I'd like to thank you for joining us. I know this year is different, but I'm very excited about the leadership and the direction that the American Council of the Blind has taken. I would like to invite you to participate in as many calls as possible, and just know that we are here advocating for you, working for you, and the American Council of the Blind is very active, and we just appreciate your participation. Thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you for many years in the future.
This is Rita Reese Whiting, president of the Arkansas Council of the Blind, sending you greetings from the natural state, home of Eureka Springs, Hot Springs, the U.S. Marshals Museum, Crystal Bridges Museum of Art, and the home of the world headquarters of Walmart, Tyson Foods, J.B. Hunt Trucking, and of course, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Woo, pig suey.
Hello, this is John McCann, president of the Arizona Council of the Blind, home of the Grand Canyon, the Valley of the Sun, and the wonderful city of Tucson nestled beneath the Santa Catalina Mountains. I know we'll be conducting our convention virtually this year, but rest assured that the Arizona Council of the Blind is looking forward to having you meet in person 1 year hence in Phoenix in 2021.
This is Gabe Griffith. I am the newly elected president of the California Council of the Blind. And I guess a fun fact or fun thing about California, we have so many sports teams to choose from, but being in Northern California, I would normally say go Warriors, but this year we were hoping for a good draft pick and come back next year.
Hi, this is Keisha Mason, president of the Colorado Council of the Blind and visually impaired, recording as the affiliate roll call from the Rocky Mountain state of Colorado, where the Broncos run, the sports team here in Colorado. We haven't really done a lot due to the coronavirus, as many of our members are high risk at this time. We have 15 paid members, hope to grow in the fall when things become more normalized.
Hello, this is Andrea Giudice, president of the Connecticut affiliate. I want to first extend greetings from our wonderful little state here in New England. It's been an exciting year for us. We have officially changed our name from CTCB, which is the Connecticut Council of the Blind, to ACB of Connecticut. And that's been an exciting change for us, and it will also involve a logo change. That's really a really big challenge that as a president I have wanted to take on and have been able to accomplish in my presidency. We also have a bumper crop for us of members, maybe small to some people's way of thinking, but for us it's rather robust. And we have also produced certificates of appreciation that we're going to be able to give out as a body to businesses and other people and services that provide excellent service, just to support the community and also to get our name out there. To give you a little bit of information about the state, I wasn't sure what other people would be sharing, but I wanted to tell you that our state flower is the mountain laurel. Our state bird is the American robin. Did you know that there's a state fish? It's the American shad. There's also a state animal, which is the sperm whale. However, Mr. A, my guide dog, feels that was a misprint. We have a state mineral, which is the garnet. All these things I had no idea. And I also wanted to give a shout out to a team that I am very proud of here in the state of Connecticut that some people may not know about, which is a blind hockey team called the Hartford Brailers. And they are an exciting hockey team that's here trying to get the trend and the fad for hockey played by people who are blind and visually impaired to become a nationwide pastime. And it's very cool. And if you ever get the chance to go to a game or a practice, I highly suggest it. Have a great convention. And again, hello from Connecticut.
Hello, I'm Freddie Pico, and I'm the president of the DC affiliate. We are pretty small now. We're looking for members. We're trying to grow. We meet every other month, but I think we're going back now to meeting every month.
Hi, I'm Deb Trevino. I'm president of the First State Delaware Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired. We are excited to be part of this virtual convention and doing something different this year. We are known as the first state, as I mentioned. We are also the state with the peach blossom as our flower. We'd like to hope that you all have a wonderful convention and may you be blessed.
Good evening, everybody. This is Sheila Young, and I am the proud president of the Florida Council of the Blind. One great thing I'd like to say is the Florida Council just successfully did their first virtual ever state convention, and we all feel it was a great success. So we just want to shout out to everybody that participated and listened. It was awesome. We are very also proud to donate $500 to ACB Radio, $500 to ACB, $100 in two $50 cash prizes, and $250 to Braille Forum tickets. And we also donated to the ACB auction. So thank you so much and enjoy your convention.
Hi, it's Alice Richard from the Georgia Council of the Blind. We're happy to be part of this history-making event. We want you to know this is the state known as the Peachtree State, but what I'll bet you didn't know is actually South Carolina produces more peaches than we do. Go Braves and go ACB.
Hello, Madam Secretary and ACB. I am Art Cabanilla, President of the Hawaii Association of the Blind. Fun fact, we are often known as the Aloha State. Some say we are the melting pot of the Pacific. So if ever you want to come to Hawaii, please do. Hawaii would also like at this time to donate $2,000 to the ACB General Fund, $2,000 to the ACB Radio, $500 to the ACB Forum, and $500 to the ACB students.
Hello, ACB. I'm Rachel Schroeder, president of the Illinois Council of the Blind, bringing you greetings from the home of the 2019 NCAA Division III football champion, North College Central Cardinals from Naperville, Illinois. And I had hoped, BC, that is before COVID, that we were going to be able to welcome you in person to our fair state, but since that can't happen this year, we'll just hope for that in the near future. Meanwhile, I bring you greetings from my affiliate, Illinois Council of the Blind, from my home in Springfield, Illinois, and I have someone else here who also has a message for you.
Hi, I'm Delaney. I hope you guys are staying well.
Where are you from?
I'm from Springfield, Illinois.
All right.
Good evening. This is Barbara Salisbury, president of ACB Indiana, and I bring you greetings from back home in Indiana. We will be donating $100 to the James Olson Scholarship Fund and a $150 Amazon certificate to the auction. We are planning our joint convention with ACB Ohio this year for November 6th through the 8th. Indiana will be hosting this year, and the convention will be held in Bloomington, Indiana, at the Hilton Garden in downtown Bloomington, right on the square, where there is lots of shopping, restaurants, and of course, college town pubs. The convention promises to be very engaging and fun for all. Our convention will be held this year, November 6th through the 8th, again in Bloomington, Indiana. And happy summer, everyone, from ACB, Indiana.
Hi, this is Carrie Chapman from the Iowa Council of the United Blind. I am the state president. Currently, we are working on accessible absentee ballots in our state. We are home to the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Iowa State Cyclones, and ICUB is excited to participate in ACB's virtual conference and convention.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ann Byington. I'm president of the Kansas Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. Kansas is the partial home of the most recent Super Bowl winners, the Kansas City Chiefs. And even though their stadium is in Missouri, they do say Kansas in their name, so we claim them as well. Our affiliate is probably more importantly celebrating our 100th anniversary this year. And we had plans to do a lot of video taping or videography things to put on our website, and we started that at our convention last year. We had about 12 people talk about their jobs and different discrimination experiences they were having or had because we met at the Brown versus Board of Education facility in Topeka, the national park. I'm not sure how we're going to celebrate our anniversary this year because of the COVID-19 things, but we'll think of something. So thank you very much, and hope to talk to more of you later.
Good evening. My name is Debbie Detheridge, President of Kentucky Council of the Blind, home of Abraham Lincoln, also home to the Kentucky Derby. We anticipate 75 to 100 members registering for this convention. We are proud to support the walk with the Kentucky E-Racers, the Braille Forum, and the auction. We look forward to the first ever virtual convention.
Hi, this is Judy Potter, Bluegrass Council of the Blind, Lexington, Kentucky. Want to give a shout out to everybody. This is going to be a great experience. I know it's a virtual convention. Go Wildcats.
This is Leola Campbell, President of Louisiana Council of the Blind. I'm calling from Louisiana Council of the Blind, from the great state of Louisiana, the home of the #1 national team, LSU. And of course, the Who Dat Nation, New Orleans Saints. And we are so sorry. I bring greetings from LCB. We just so sorry we can't be together this year, but we pray that we can be together next year. And LCB would like to do their annual donation. We would like to donate $500 to the Braille Farm and $500 to the General Fund. And I hope that you all be careful and be safe, and God bless you all.
Hi, my name is Sherry Belka. I'm honored to be the president from the state of Maine. And if you've never been to Maine, it's a beautiful state with lots of hiking and camping and waterways. We produce 90% of the lobster that you see in the United States, and we are the single biggest producer of blueberries.
This is Joanne Cusick from the ACB of Maryland, President. Go Orioles and go Ravens. Sorry we can't be together this year, but this virtual convention should be really interesting. We wanted to say that to welcome everyone, and we'll get through this COVID-19 thing together. I'd rather it be over sooner rather than later, but we'll get there.
Hello, my name is Brian Charlson. I'm president of the Bay State Council of the Blind, the Massachusetts affiliate of the American Council of the Blind. We have a membership of 213 in 6 chapters, one of which is Guide Dog Users of Massachusetts, another Bay State Council of the Blind students. We're proud to be a part of the 2020 virtual American Council of Blind Conference and Convention. Best wishes to all in attendance.
Hi, this is Rebecca Koister, President of the Michigan Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired. And a lot of people know Michigan by 2 of its famous nicknames, the Wolverine State and the Mitten State. But one of its lesser known nicknames is the Water Wonderland State because of its more than 11,000 inland lakes and the 4 Great Lakes that border it. And we are very much looking forward to seeing how the virtual convention goes this year.
Okay, greetings from the state of Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. Hello, I am Marion Hasselrud, president of ACB of Minnesota. We would like to donate $1,000 to the James R. Memorial Scholarship Fund.
Ralph Smitherman, president of the Mississippi Council of the Blind, with our motto being improving today for tomorrow, we are pleased to participate in the 2020 ACB Conference and Convention.
I'm Naomi Sewell, President of the Missouri Council of the Blind. We're happy to be a part of this first virtual convention. We have 16 affiliates, and we also have some special interest affiliates, including low vision, guide dog users, assistive technology. We're home of the Stanley Cup. We're home of Ted Drew's Frozen Custard, the best frozen custard in the world. The best flavor is the Cardinal Sin, hot fudge and cookie dough.
This is Sean Pitts with Montana Blind and Low Vision Council checking in and welcoming you to the 2020 ACB National Convention.
This is Jim Urock, ACB Nebraska. We all know the N in Nebraska stands for knowledge. Also, I'd like to point out that Nebraska is also home of the 2020 first round NCAA basketball tournament. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not this year. Home of the Warren Buffett Berkshire Hathaway Conference. I'm sorry, that's not this year either. Home of the College World Series. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not this year either. The Swim Trial Olympics as well. Actually, that's next year. But we are definitely home of the 2022 ACB Conference and Convention.
Hi, this is Bill Powers, the president of the Nevada Council of the Blind. We are in hot weather right now, and all the silver in the state is melting, but you know, we're going to survive this pandemic anyway, and we're just looking forward to what comes next. It's got to be better than what we've been going through the last couple of months.
Hi, I am Wanda Williford from Trenton, New Jersey, president of the New Jersey Council of the Blind. New Jersey is the garden state. We not only grow the best corn and tomatoes in the country, we also grow great people. Native sons and daughters include astronaut Buzz Aldrin, actress Meryl Streep, basketball great Shaquille O'Neal, and the boss Bruce Springsteen. Oh, and of course me. We are all Jersey grown, Jersey proud, and Jersey strong. I am very excited to participate in this year's convention, and thank you.
Hello, this is Joe Sorensen from the ACB of New Mexico. Welcome from the Sunshine State. This is where the sun shines 310 days out of the year. From New Mexico, and also Ellen Nolan Sorensen, president, and most of our chapter activities come from the La Cruces, Alamogordo area. So welcome from New Mexico. Let's hear it.
Hi, I'm Karen Blackowitz, and I'm president of the American Council of the Blind of New York. This year, celebrating 50 years of advocacy, working hard to ensure the rights of blind, deaf across the state. We are proud of our efforts in pedestrian safety, legislative issues. Currently, we're working on accessible voting in New York. Yay. Hopefully, we'll be the 14th state to have accessible voting through absentee. I guess a shout out to some of our sports teams. New York has a lot of them, so here we go. We have the Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and of course, my favorite, the home of the Buffalo Bills.
This is Chris Bell. I am president of the North Carolina affiliate of ACB, and I'm so happy that we are Zooming this convention.
Hello, ACB. This is Zelda Gebhardt, president of the North Dakota Association of the Blind. The NDAB has been proudly promoting independence for the blind and visually impaired for 84 years. In support of ACB Braille Forum, we happily donate the sum of $500 and provide two $25 cash door prizes and an item for the ACB Easy Chair auction. We're proud of the North Dakota State University Bison, the current NCAA Division I FCS champions. NDSU is the only college football program to ever win 5 consecutive NCAA national championships and holds the record for the most FCS titles with 8. North Dakota, where the bison used to roam and now they rule.
Hello, this is Jill Noble, ACB of Ohio President, and I come to you from the Buckeye State, of course. We won't be requesting any chairs, of course. We'll be relaxing in our own recliners and listening to ACB virtually. However, thank you to everyone who has contributed all their knowledge and work to make this convention possible. ACB of Ohio would like to donate $1,000 to ACB National, and we thank you again for all the hard work that you are doing. And last but not least, go Buckeyes.
Well, hello, ACB. I am Vicki Golightly. I'm president of the Oklahoma Council of the Blind. And at this convention, though we are separated by distance, we are together for one purpose, and that is making a difference in the lives of blind Americans. You know, Oklahoma has two fantastic football teams, OU and OSU, and some people say that we are house divided, but actually in the heartland of our beautiful country, we are united to promote the goals and purposes of the American Council of the Blind. We have 2 newsletters, we have 5 chapters and hundreds of members, and we are about uniting together. Please help me also remember a longtime ACB member, Joe Fallon, who passed away a month ago, and he was a longtime ACB member and also a disability advocate and a multi-term president in the Oklahoma Council of the Blind. So let's zoom ahead or phone in for the best convention ever in this new virtual world.
Hi, this is Carrie Muth from the beautiful coast of Oregon. ACB of Oregon is being very active. In 2019, we got an accessible prescription labeling bill passed in our state. And Oregon has beautiful areas, especially along the coast and the mountains. People love to go snow skiing and enjoy camping during the good weather. We are the home of the University of Oregon Ducks. So all you Duck fans out there, you can always come to Oregon and check it out.
Hello all, this is Chris Hunsinger from Pennsylvania Council of the Blind, PCB. We're from the Keystone State. Unfortunately, none of our teams are doing well enough for us to brag on them. However, the Penguins might have done well enough had the season been able to finish. I hope that everybody has a physically safe conference and a fiscally unsafe conference. Spend that money. Save this country. See ya.
This is Connie Sims, the president of South Dakota Association of the Blind here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We are excited to be able to attend the convention virtually. I think it will be a wonderful experience. And something fun about South Dakota that I don't know if any other affiliate has is that we have a mascot. And it is a traveling bear. We obtained him, I'd say mid-2000s, and he is auctioned off every convention, and he has to write a story about his experience, whoever he lives with for the 2 years. So he gets to talk about the places he travels, the education he helps explain and do. So it is a fun experience and a great way for us to know what our members are doing. And we also like to acknowledge that we are proud to donate Black Hills Gold again to the ACB convention.
Hello, I'm Jeannie Johnson from the Tennessee Council of the Blind. We currently have 4 chapters in our state, and we hope to grow our affiliate a lot more. Of course, right now we're kind of on a hold position because of COVID-19. We hope all of you are safe wherever you are and that you are able to remain well. We are going to donate $100 to the Brenda Dillon Walk, $100 to the D.K. McDaniel and $100 to the Braille Forum. I almost forgot where I needed to go there. But stay safe, stay well, and hopefully we'll see everyone in 2021 and we'll be able to give real hugs.
Hi, this is Peggy Garrett, President of the American Council of the Blind of Texas. And while we're disappointed that COVID-19 has put us in a position where we can't meet face-to-face, we are so happy that we are a part of this history-making virtual convention. We would like to make a $250 donation to the American Council of the Blind's General Funds. And we'd like to shout out to our ACB family to just say that we are praying for you all, that you stay safe, stay healthy. We'll get through this together, and we look forward to meeting you next year in Arizona.
This is Tina Cherry, President of the Utah Council of the Blind. We have been a council since 1972, and we are just happy to be with the ACB. The council has programs like the teacher trainer program where we actually go out as teams to work with people in their homes, and also just on independence issues, as well as things like our Uber program, which has been a hit around here in the last year, where we offer discount gift cards for Uber. So we help with transportation. So we've had a great year.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Richmond from the Vermont Council of the Blind. Welcome from the Green Mountain State to the officers, board, and affiliate members. We here in Vermont, of course, have lots of maple syrup and lots of dairy products where at one point we had more cows than people. That's not the case now. Anyway, the Vermont Council has dedicated itself to recreational activities for those people with vision loss here in Vermont. And we offer a number of activities that are helpful. Each month, we offer a 1 month activity for people to get out of their house and do something recreationally. We offer an annual trip to nearby New England, New York, and Canada. It's generally a 3 to 4 day trip. We also offer a book club. We offer a movie club. And we offer 5 to 7 various on-stage productions that are audio described. All our movie theaters have audio description, and we're certainly very much interested in getting people not isolated and getting them out of their house and doing things. As we say, what happens after rehabilitation? That's us. Let's keep active and let's keep involved. One of our projects that we're concerned about is making sure that the various drugstores, both chains and otherwise, make sure that prescriptions are accessible to those folks who can't see what it says on the labels. So that's one of our big projects for the next year that we're going to be trying to do. So that's us here in Vermont, and have a great convention. And Mike Richmond, Vermont Council of the Blind.
Hello, ACB. This is Sam Yale, President of ACB of Virginia. We're very disappointed that we can't join you in person in the area where I grew up, the Chicago area in Illinois, but we are excited to be joining you virtually. And we're glad that the internet is here to keep us all connected, which is why it's more important than ever now that technology be accessible to the blind and visually impaired. The ACB of Virginia comprises mostly individuals in the Northern Virginia region, so we're very much looking forward to those in the rest of the Commonwealth joining us. For more information, please visit our website at www.acbva.org, and we look forward to speaking with you online.
Hi, everyone. This is Julie Brannon from Washington State. The name of our affiliate is Washington Council of the Blind, and we are a fairly large affiliate. As of 2020, we have 402 members. 32 of those members are members at large, and we're working on developing a member at large component to our membership. We're very committee driven. We have 15 very exciting committees, and they work very hard. We also have an excellent quarterly publication called The Newsline. I personally think it should win every award in the book, but that could be a bit biased. If you have a chance to look at it, though, go to our website at www.wcbinfo.org. And I would say our Washington claim to fame came in 2014 when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl.
Good evening, ACB family and friends. I am Donna Brown, President of the Mountain State Council of the Blind. I bring you greetings from wild, wonderful West Virginia, land of the Mountain State Council of the Blind. Our highlight for 2020 so far is that we were instrumental in the passage of Senate Bill 94, which ensures that accessible absentee ballots will be available for all West Virginia voters with disabilities. We have made our annual donations to the ACB Braille Forum, the Beatty Contest, and the Disaster Relief Fund. We have donated a West Virginia goodies package to the auction. Recently, we were honored to contribute to the efforts in making Durward K. McDaniel an ACB Angel. Durward played a huge part in organizing West Virginia 40 years ago. We wish everyone a wonderful convention, stay healthy and safe, and may your path to the future be bright.
I am Doreen Lundgren from the American Council of the Blind, Wisconsin. I'm the president. We just have one chapter right now. One fun fact about Wisconsin is their first Sundae, SUNDAE, was made here with ice cream and chocolate syrup, getting away from blue laws, which meant that there couldn't be alcohol on Sundays. And let's see, our sports team, go Bucks.
This is Tabitha Brecky. I'm the president of the American Association of Blind Teachers, otherwise known as the AABT. We are educators from all subject areas who teach everything from preschool to college students. So we have programming throughout the year that helps us build a vibrant community through phone workshops and teachers' lounges. And so we invite you to join us at our convention activities. We have an exciting set of programs, especially if you've been teaching or learning online. So we definitely try to be current and relevant with the topics. And we're grateful to those who have donated to our walk team, A Touch of Class, or would like to invite you to join us in that effort.
Hi, I'm Steve Mendelson, president of AVIA, the American Association of Visually Impaired Attorneys, ACB's lawyers affiliate. We're very excited about the three presentations that we're going to be sharing at this conference. The first is our annual Supreme Court review given by Professor Bill Pyatt. It's a very nuanced and incisive review of all the Supreme Court has done this year, and it may be of interest to many of us, lawyer or non-lawyer alike. We're also having a very interesting presentation on accessibility issues in administrative hearings. As maybe most of you know, most cases that go to court never eventuate in trials that get resolved at the pretrial station, either through what's called motion practice or through various kinds of pretrial evidentiary and procedural hearings. So we're going to be hearing from one of our members about some of the issues that blind and visually impaired attorneys encounter in those hearings. And then we're very excited about a joint presentation that we're going to be doing with RSVA, the Randolph-Sheppard Vendors Association, Randolph-Sheppard Vendors of America, talking about legal and economic issues and the present and future of the Randolph-Sheppard program, which I know is something that many of us care a great deal about. So we hope that you'll be able to join us for one or all of these sessions. I'm also very pleased to say that we're going to be supporting the ACB auction in what I think is a unique way. We're donating two of an exciting new device, which is essentially a new Braille input mode for the iPhone. And we're going to be donating 2 gift cards from Gadgets and Gadgets. And that is something which will allow the winners of, or the people who bid for those cards and win those cards to have the opportunity to get some very interesting devices that are particularly used to our community, and moreover to buy them from a company that is a member of our community and therefore to be supporting our community at the same time. So we thank you very much, and we look forward to talking to you and hearing from you all at the convention.
Hi everyone, this is Jeff Tom. I am the president of the Alliance on Aging and Vision Loss. Hope everybody is staying safe and well. Senior issues have risen to the top, obviously, during this pandemic, and this is your affiliate to discuss those issues and to make a difference in those issues. And we have a chance to do that. AAVL has doubled its membership in the last 2 years, and we intend to keep working hard to increase that membership, and most importantly, to make us, that is blind seniors, relevant and have a real place at the table. We're a member of the Vision Serve Alliance, and we're doing other things to make that happen. And we encourage you to be part of our Monday morning/afternoon meeting that starts at 1:30 Eastern Time. And we'd love to have you there. Thank you very much.
A big welcome to the American Council of the Blind from ACB, Diabetics in Action. I'm Chris Gray, acting president, and we want to have you come hear our program activities. We're doing a virtual happy hour at 6 p.m. Sunday, and then at 1:30 on Tuesday afternoon, we have a Food for Thought seminar and a Living with Diabetes seminar. We're here for anybody who has diabetes themselves, their family and friends. We provide support, information, and we're working with ACB on its advocacy to make equipment for people with diabetes more accessible. Come join us, and thank you all for being here.
This is Carla Ruschival, president of ACB Families. While we're disappointed that we can't be in Schaumburg this year, we're really excited to be part of this first ever ACB virtual conference and convention. ACB Families is a growing, active, welcoming ACB special interest affiliate. We're hosting 5 events during this virtual convention, and everyone who registers for ACB Families is going to be eligible to win some fabulous door prizes. Families meets by conference call on the first Sunday, a support group, and the third Sunday, a business meeting of each month. Come be part of the action and get in on the fun. Find out more about us by emailing allacbfamilies@gmail.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm Renee Zelickson, and I'm president of the Government Employees Division. And what we are planning for is in October to have an educational webinar in how to use the usajobs.gov site. And we want to help people find government jobs because they are out there. We do have an email list which we would like to see more active, and we meet once a month. And this is for anybody that's, whether you're a federal employee, want to be a federal employee, state employee, local, county. We want to help promote jobs and help you write a resume. We're going to plan to do this. It will be 4 Saturdays in October, and we hope to have more information about that soon. This is going to be a free service that we want to provide people, whether you're a member of government employees or you're not a member of government employees. They can email me at rmzeli@gmail.com. and we'll get in touch with them.
We are ACB Lions, the affiliate that roars. And if you are a lion and interested in joining other blind lions, or you're interested in lions but maybe not a member of a club now and interested, you're welcome to join us. So please join ACB Lions. We are having a roaring good time. I am Ray Campbell, Vice President of ACB Lions, the roaring affiliate.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Harvey Hagee, President of the American Council of the Blind Radio Amateurs Affiliate, or ACBRA, as we're commonly known. We focus on amateur radio, or ham radio, as it's commonly called, and we would like to have anyone who is interested in the hobby or who is a licensed radio amateur join us. If you'd like to find out more about us, join us at our meeting this Thursday afternoon from 1:30 to 2:45. Dues are $10 a year, and if you'd like more information, we can supply that.
Hello, ACB. This is Minha, president of ACB Students. I'm really excited to be joining you for this year's virtual convention. we here at ACB students are, of course, disappointed that we can't spend convention with you in person and see our old friends and meet new ones. But we have a really great slate of events planned. And this year, we're very focused on collaboration. We have our welcome party with ACB Next Generation and our Google Suite seminar with ACB Next Generation and BPI, and a couple of other events with GDUI and Ivy. So I hope that you will be able to make it to one or all of them, because I think you'll really enjoy our fun and informative events. And if you want to learn more about us, we are on Facebook and Twitter at ACB Students, and our website is acbstudents.org. Thank you, and I hope I get to see many of you in Phoenix next year.
Greetings, this is Richard Villa from Blind Information Technology Specialist, BITS, and we're glad to be with you this year. Hopefully that you might consider visiting some of our sessions. We wish you a physically safe convention and a virtual learning experience, and we'd like 10 virtual chairs.
Hi, ACB. This is Gabriel Lopez Cafari, President of Blind LGBT Pride International, BPI. We're happy and proud to be on this first virtual convention, Path to the Future. BPI is celebrating our 20th anniversary since we became a special interest affiliate of the American Council of the Blind. We, as always, have a great presence at convention, and we're looking forward to everyone's participation. Drop into one of our events, join us, and as always, learn, mingle, have fun. And thanks to Janet and ACB for always allowing us this space to mingle and connect and have fun.
Hi, this is Paul Edwards, President of the Braille Revival League. Thank you so much for having this convention. Even though we're not together in person, it is lovely that we're able to join each other in an appropriate way. And remember that members of the Braille Revival League feel better, feel better, feel better, feel better.
Hello, I am Sarah Conrad, President of the Great ACB Special Interest Affiliate, Council of Citizens with Low Vision International, known as CCLVI, where our vision may be low, but our spirits are high. I am honored to announce our participation in this year's virtual convention. I am also proud to present this larger-than-life large print check, following our large print guidelines, of course, in the amount of $100 to our outstanding parent organization, the American Council of the Blind. I hope everyone has a wonderful convention experience. We won't need any chairs this year, but join us from your comfy couch. We hope to see you at our affiliate events. Be safe, be well, and be you. Thank you.
Hello, this is Mike Mandel, President of Friends in Art, and we're delighted to be here for the virtual convention, and we invite you all to check us out, friendsinart.com, attend our showcase, our writers workshop, and other events that we have for you. The whole thing is about Lynn. What we're giving to the auction is a romantic package in memory of Lynn Heddle. It's wine and chocolate, and a $50 gift certificate to a restaurant.
Hi, I'm Penny Reeder. I'm the president of Guide Dog Users Incorporated. If you have a guide dog, or you're thinking of getting a guide dog, or you want to know more about guide dogs, we're the affiliate you need to come and see. In connection with the ACB's virtual convention, we're holding our own virtual convention. We have some fabulous speakers, and we have a wonderful raffle. And Andrea Giudice is our convention chair again, and you all know how much fun she is. So we hope you will join us, and we're very pleased to be part of ACB's convention. Thank you.
This is Judy Wilkinson, President of the Library Users of America. We are proud to be sponsors at a Pearl level, and usually we sponsor the narrator, but you can join us to meet the narrator, Erin Jones, Wednesday the 8th after general session during the Lua session. Also, you'll have a chance to speak with Karen Kenninger after her presentation at the convention. Join Lua anytime during any of our sessions, and we look forward to having you, and we're delighted to be here.
Hi out there, ACB. This is Amanda Sound, president of ACB Next Generation. We are so excited and we are so thrilled to be a part of the ACB family as we became an affiliate on 2/20/2020. How cool is that? As the ACB voted us in as an affiliate at the DC leadership meetings. We love you all, and we encourage everyone to be a part of our affiliate. Whether you are 40 and under or you are young at heart, we welcome you to be a part of our affiliate. And we love everyone, and we just hope you all have an excellent convention and stay safe and healthy during this pandemic.
RSVA, Randolph Shepherd Vendors of America, is an affiliate of Vendors of the Randolph Shepherd Vendors Program. This affiliate has food service managers from all over the country, and we'd love to see you join us. We also encourage other participants of people that are just interested in seeing a good employment program move forward. I'm Artis Bazin, the second vice president of RSVA.
I'm David Dowland, and I represent Viva. If you'd like more information about membership in Viva, we have a new email address, veterans@gmail.com.
Wow, that was absolutely sensational. A roll call of all 68 of our affiliates. It's so glad to hear everybody's voice. It brought a smile to my face. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here for this first ever virtual convention, A Pathway to the Future. I have to give a special shout out to my parents, Pat and Bill Spoon, young at 88, who are listening on ACB radio tonight. Hopefully they're still awake. And also to my lovely wife, Leslie, and my sister, Kathy, who both helped a lot with the presentations this evening. I also have to give a special shout out to Rick Morin, to Tony Stevens, to Jeff Bishop, Debbie Hazelton, Jason Castanway, and Deb Cook-Lewis, and all the ACB radio folks. Katie Frederick, Carla Rushaball, everybody, Janet Dickelman, what an outstanding job. Thank you all. We had a little glitch here and there, but we're ACB. We meet the challenge, we have tenacity, we have initiative, and we get the job done. Thank you all so much. And this 59th ACB Annual Conference and Convention stands in recess till tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Thank you, and have a great night.